The Baphomet goat. Imagine seeing that at a big manor. Be lucky if I saw any of them. It's a nice view through the trees there into the field. And this is what's caught my eye and drawn me over here. It's a pretty quirky chessboard full of like demonic looking characters. It's a bit like Harry Potter or something. Yeah, look at that. God, I do love being in the woods. That'd be awesome living up in that. Imagine that if the next lockdown comes and you're living out here. It's no wonder they want people in these big urban cities with nowhere to go. If you lived out here, a couple of chickens, a couple of potatoes growing, no problems. Right, treehouse is built from oak and softwood for £100. Says it all, doesn't it, really? We can't, you know, the cost of it. Countess of Warwick enjoyed asking her friends to take tea with her in the crow's nest. It could seat 10 adults. That's awesome. Love it. So this is on the edge. It's like a side of Essex people always forget about. You know, as soon as people think about Essex, to think of like, you know, the Essex Boys, Southend, all that sort of stuff. But you know, here's the rural side of it. Sort of heading towards Hertfordshire, this sort of area. On a photographer's note though, you notice the treehouse. I've had a good walk around it for like a 360, and there's just so many different angles that you can go for. The sun's just coming through there. But yeah, I think this probably would have been better in about a month's time. Could have made it look quite mysterious in the woods, you know, like if there's a grey mist. But it is what it is. You know, if I can't do it today, then there's only so much I can do. Also, it's only a £5 to come in here, so well worth it. It's got a wee ladybird there. But yeah, this is Kim, the baby elephant. How lovely is that? Giving him a brush down. Yeah, so he was at different times. Kim lived partially at Warwick Castle and partly at Easton Lodge, and the Earl of Countess travelled in great style between these two establishments. Local newspapers reported their arrival at Dunmow in August 1902 on a special train consisting of the 20 carriages needed to transport the horses, grooms, carriages, motor cars, etc. And also a number of pets, including a monkey and Kim. The Countess wrote that she bought Kim as a mere baby when he was very attractive and manageable. She described how he would trot after her everywhere, and even following her into the dining room where he would help himself to roll from her plate. Kim was well cared for during his stay at Easton Lodge. He was a very friendly animal and was allowed to wander freely around the park during daylight hours. The Chelmsford Chronicle described him as frolicsome and sagacious, proper Victorian words there, and reported that he approached the greatest stranger with the utmost ease. When Kim was being transported back to Warwick in January 2003, he had to box to himself on the train, but becoming impatient with the loading process, he passed his trunk through an opening to the door, drew the bolts to let himself out, and came trotting up the goods yard, much to the amusement of the onlookers. Kim gradually grew in size until the Countess considered he was something of a danger as a pet. Fearing an injury to his stableman who looked after him, she found a new home for him with retired elephant trainer Sam Lockhart in Royal Leamington Spa, lovely town that is in Warwickshire. This modern statue of an elephant provides a reminder of one of the Countess of Warwick's more unusual pets, and that's Sam Lockhart there, brushing down his elephant. Oh, lovely that is. I like what they've done with these tree trunks to chop them down into like a natural border. Might be an idea for the near future if we end up in like a Mad Max situation. Even for like building a yurt or something, to be fair, like an igloo, like some sort of shelter. It's got one of these Chinese style bridges here. Weirdly, it doesn't actually go over anything as far as I can tell. Just having a lovely chat with the volunteers that work here, and seeing as Halloween's coming up, the pumpkins are growing. You got this lovely lavender on the right hand side here. See if I can get the bees in focus. So lovely and colourful this. Got a butterfly there. It's the old saying, just when the caterpillar thought it was all over, it turned into a butterfly. One for anyone who's having a shit time at the minute. And these are the Italian gardens. Pretty much done now, I think, really. School trip over there coming to an end. Funny choice of grammar that. Gardens of Easton Lodge, we open. Almost sounds like a rap song or something. Yeah, you got them hay bales there. It was quite cool with the way the cloud and the rain is. The rain sheets over there. Yeah, this is all the rural outskirts, you know, not far from Stansted. One thing I've been doing is photographing these like hay bales and stacks of hay for the time of year, because let's just say a certain procedure, like I always talk about, happens to go wrong over the next year or two, you won't be seeing any more of that with like modern agriculture. The thing is, like the whole Great Reset, as it's called, if it's a great reset of the population as well, you know, you're looking at a good 2,000 years until we reach this stage again. So again, that's why I like to document this, because it's like a record of how we are now. Mysterious long track, but it looked great in autumn. That, I mean, it looks nice in the summer, but I mean, every season, to be fair, has got its charms. But I think autumn and winter are probably the best ones for like woodlands, because you get quite a bit of mystery with them, really. Obviously, when you get a mist as well, mystery. Yeah, I just thought I'd come down this way because that bit there with the field at the end is a bit like a light at the end of a tunnel. So probably make a good photo, like, especially with like an archway made by the leaves around it. One thing that seriously impresses me about nature, you think, all the cathedrals that we can build, you know, humans as a species, it's impressive, don't get me wrong, extremely impressive what we can do. But just the size some of these trees grow to, you know, when you actually take into account your size compared to that, but what makes a human impressive is that we've got the capability to chop that down and turn it into all sorts. But yeah, you think how tall that can grow, and the size of you compared to that tree. Got a thunderstorm on the way, I think. So this is Little Easton. So the angling bit this is. So what's this? Enough is enough. Say no to 1,200 homes land east of Highwood Quarry. Stop Easton Park. The threat to Easton Park. So we're there. And I'm guessing to the west, so over that bridge. If that map's orientated right. Yeah, I think it is. 1,200 homes just behind us. 10,000 homes to the west. The Eastern Lodge where I've just been there. Bloody hell, it's horrendous. Because around Colchester they were trying to do West Tay. I don't know if they've actually done it yet. And outside Great Dunmow, where I've just come from, 800 homes, I've seen them. Yeah, it's just a never ending building around all the rural parts really, isn't it? I mean, Little Easton where I am now must have come down here and across, I'm guessing. No, I'm talking shite, so I've gone along here. But yeah, that is a lot of building off A120. And back where I'm from in Derby, on the western edge, the A516 between Atwell and Derby, and the A52 around Matlock and Ashbourne, the same thing's happening there, isn't it? So, unbelievable. Well, it's obviously to house all the incomers, isn't it? That's quite unique there, all them 3 stories, like 3 peaks almost, all with a different crucifix on each one. You sort of got nature and Christianity side by side there. Obviously got a tree there, obviously cut down, but with the proper tree behind it in the distance, and then them 3 peaks there. It's going to absolutely piss it down in a second, so hopefully in this 12th century church I can get some refuge. Like confetti all over the floor here. We'll see. Oh, we're in. I weren't lying. So if it does chuck it down, at least we've got somewhere to go to. I'm glad I came in here, that's for sure. You can hear that thunderstorm in the background. Don't know if the camera's going to be picking it up. Yeah, there's some good material, I reckon, to photograph in here. In the Lord's house. Yeah, there's some grand old architecture in here. A little boy crying there. What that's about. So a chap here lieth the body of the Honourable, a Lady Fisher, wife to the Honourable Maynard, who departed this life 1st of March 1676, and you can see them sort of resting there together.